on the second negative doing my rebuttal. And the first thing is that when the law was first introduced, it was widely accepted and supported by California citizens. So on January 3rd, 1994, the sponsors of Assembly Bill 971 resubmitted an amended version of the bill that conformed to Proposition 184, and California voters approved Proposition 184 by a margin of 72 to 28%, and that was back in 1999. And still to this day, people, still support it. Recent attempts to change the current law have failed because people think that the current one's effective. Let's see. From the Legislative Analyst's Office, it says that in November 2004, California voters considered Proposition 66, which aimed to significantly revise the three strikes law. In rejecting Proposition 66, voters seemed to reaffirm their support for the measure. So, yeah, it was defeated by 52.7% of the voters. And then also let's see. Oh, what she was saying about how it costs us billions and billions of dollars. It actually costs less to put criminals behind bars than to let them commit the crimes. So from threestrikes.org, it says that the 15-year report shows that 3 strikes prevents approximately 1 million serious or violent crimes per year. And some of the highlights of the report show that 54 trillion has been saved since its passage in 1994. Or no, it's 54 billion. Sorry about that. And then also the researchers found that victimizations generate 105 billion annually in property and protectivity losses and outlays for medical expenses. So this amounts to an annual crime tax of roughly $425 per man, woman, and child in the United States. So when the values of pain, long-term emotional trauma, disability, and risk of death are put into dollar terms, the costs rise to $450 billion annually, or $1,800 per person. And then also, just the purpose of the criminal justice system is to protect the rights and the safety of law-abiding citizens, according to idebate.org. And it says, but these citizens are not protected by revolving door justice, which allows criminals back on the street after repeat offenses. So we have this law just so that criminals can be put in jail for a reason. So it actually ends up costing people more, like in emotional and in dollar amounts too, as seen by the evidence. And then also, criminals aren't really going to reform. It says at speakout.com, it says that if a criminal doesn't reform after 2 felony convictions, it's unlikely that he or she ever will. So my point is that that criminals aren't really going to change their ways, and California voters aren't going to change how they feel about the proposition that we have right now, the law that we have right now. So why would we change the law just so that we can have criminals be put back on the street rather than in jail where they belong? Because they can still make violent offenses, even though their third strike wasn't a violent one.